Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wildfire Gaming. This is SlowBurne, and I'm going to actually start yet another a Fallout survival mode adventure, I guess. Um, and I know that I've done several of these in the past, but I think I'm really going to stick with it this time. I don't really have anything else to distract me like I have in the past. And I've been really itching to really delve into survival mode and really um, get into it and really experience it. And that's something that I'm looking to do. And along the way, I just want to have some fun discussions about Fallout games in general. I'm thinking about starting a little podcast talking about games. Who knows? This could be the start of some very cool stuff here on the channel with me, SlowBurne. And TreeTrunkSean's been posting some of our backlog as well, so we got some decent content coming out um, at you guys. Okay, so that brings us to what I want to do with this playthrough. The man that you see before you, his name is Sylas Faust, and I'm gonna do not gonna go crazy with role playing like I've done with Sephiroth and stuff like that in the past, but um, generally this guy is kind of supposed to resemble me. Maybe I'm not saying I'm quite as dapper as this chap right here, but it's the ballpark. And I tried to get him a good-looking wife because I hate the base model, but it's just impossible. The female character creation in this game is absolutely abysmal. Um, so I just kind of gave up. But I gave her some kind of bluish eyeshadow, and that's in reference to Liara Tassoni because I just beat Mass Effect 1 for the first time last night, and I think that game is awesome. And I think that's kind of why I wanted to play Fallout 4 again because it has the dialogue system in Fallout 4 is kind of similar to Mass Effect, and I really like it in Fallout 4. I really liked it in Mass Effect, and I really just want to get back to some great first-person shooting. So for my character, Sylas, he's going to be kind of a mercenary type character. He's not going to be like the suave kind of character that I've been in the past. He's not going to um, be like a frilly guy. He is. If you want to base him off anybody, I'm kind of trying to go for a sort of Boba Fett, Jango Fett type dude. And I'm going to use power armor and guns of all types. And man, I'm really looking forward to getting into it. So today we're probably just going to do kind of get out of the beginning, kind of get into the vault, out of the vault, and probably stop right there for this first episode because it's already pretty late and I'm going to need to get up for work in the morning. But I just wanted to go ahead and get it made and get things started. And so that's what we're going to do. Oh, Codsworth wasn't quite in a position.
Good morning, sir. Your coffee. 173.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Brewed to perfection.
Thanks, Codsworth.
Of course, sir.
Grognak the Barbarian in the Jungle of the Bat Babies. My favorite.
You know, if... Oh my goodness, well, she's not the greatest, but, you know, you do what you can. I was really struck, if you haven't experienced it in a long time, like, this intro isn't the greatest Fallout intro. Because, I mean, I played the beginning of Fallout 3 again recently, and it's just phenomenal. This is just nowhere near that level.
You know,
and same thing goes for New Vegas, but I do think that the intro cutscene of this game with the, going into the kind of the backstory and the history and through your character, in this case Sylas's eyes and voice, I think that was actually really powerful. It sucks that Ron Perlman wasn't in the game. to do his typical duty, but it was still, I think, really effective what they chose to do, and I was really struck by that this time, watching that intro cutscene. I didn't stream it because, you know, I spent a lot of time making my character and trying to make her look halfway presentable.
Can you get that?
But,
it's
yeah,
probably
anyway.
that salesman. He comes for you every day.
Alright.
Good morning. Vault-Tec calling.
Go on.
Nice to find you, sir. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
What's so important?
Why, nothing less than your entire future. If you haven't noticed, sir, this country has gone to heck in a handbasket. If you'll excuse my language, the big kaboom is... It's inevitable, I'm afraid, and coming sooner than you may think, if you catch my meaning. Now, I know you're a busy fellow, so I won't take up much of your time. Time being a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you that because of your family's service to our country, you have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
I'm a little busy right now.
Oh, of course, of course. This won't take but a moment. It's just a matter of verifying some information. Need to make sure you're cleared for entrance in the unforeseen event of, total atomic annihilation.
No, I can't wait for the world to end.
Ha ha! That's the spirit. Now, let's see.
So I went ahead and kind of planned ahead with kind of the perks I wanted to go for, and since it's a survival playthrough, at least I know kind of how it works in the beginning. I'm actually going to get a little more perception than I normally do, so I can get the explosives, I guess, perk. I'm actually not going to do any charisma or luck, even though luck is really powerful. And also, I'm going to have to pass on agility for now. Might delve into it later on. But I am going to go for 6 intelligence, because that's going to give me access to science. I want to have all of the different modding capabilities and really be able to mod out my armor and my weapons. I want to use a lot of energy type weapons. Sounds fun, but I'm going to use ballistic weapons as well. I like how you don't have to be shoehorned into one in this game. And then, oh, no. And then for the rest, I'm going to go into endurance, because I don't want to be, you know, the beginning of the game in survival mode is really, really tough, and I want to be able to survive against wild dogs and whatnot. And I'm already dreading having to deal with that death claw, so we're just going to go with that. That looks pretty good, and then
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks again.
Hey, it's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no price is too high.
she's not terrible.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
I'm not thrilled about how she looks kind of old. I kind of try to combat that.
Changed, but he absolutely refuses to
Old
calm
Codsworth
down.
can't say Sylas.
I think he needs some of that paternal affection you seem to be so good at.
You heard Codsworth. Go on. How are the 2 most important men in my life doing? Spin the mobile a bit. He loves that. Hey, how's my little guy?
That was a throwback. The
Much
first
better
time I
now,
heard that jingle.
Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Will it be like that night in the park a year ago?
Sir, Mum, you should come and see this.
Codsworth, what's wrong?
Followed by yes, followed by
So I was,
flashes, blinding flashes.
watching. I'm a real big fan of Game Informer magazine, which is that mag that you get over at GameStop, and I was watching their coverage from when this game first came out. To kind of hype me up for the game while I was driving home from work. And
My God.
one of the things that Reiner,
Oh my god.
We need to
big
get to the
reviewer
vault
for
now.
Game Informer,
I've
thought
got
about
Sean.
the
Let's
beginning of
go.
the game, one of his big criticisms was that it just was so fast. And I think that's true. In Fallout 3, you had a lot more time to kind of get accustomed to who everybody was and kind of your place in the vault and your dad's place in the vault. And, you know, you were introduced to a pretty impressive array of different characters. They're established, you kind of feel a connection with them, and then it's all, you know, goes up in flames.
You can't stop me.
And it really makes for just a very strong intro. And this game is just so fast, it's just like, you know,
We need to get in. We're on the
you
list.
talk more, like Reiner said, you talk more to that
Adult male.
Vault-Tech guy than you do to your own
Adult
wife.
female. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Good
You
luck.
know, you don't get to know your neighbors or anything. Like all
What's
these
gonna
people
happen to all
here
those
on
people
this,
outside the gate?
Everything we can. Now keep moving.
on this elevator with you. It's just like they have names, but they might as well not. I mean, they're
Step on
just
the platform in the center.
nameless, faceless individuals that mean nothing to you. So even though,
Almost there. We're gonna be okay.
you know, people would have criticized like a longer
Both of
intro,
We love you too.
creatively,
Oh my god!
it probably would have been smart to, you know, kind of flesh it out a little bit.
Oh god! Oh god!
Must not have my music off for some reason.
We did it. We made it. We're okay.
Everyone please step off the elevator and proceed up the stairs in an orderly fashion. No need to worry, folks. We'll get everyone situated in your new home.
There we go.
Vault 111. A better future underground.
So we just...
Yes, up the
So
stairs.
Mr. Russell, Mr. Evil, I mean, they're just,
No, don't get caught up.
they die, and
Just this
it's like,
scene
well,
now.
that's too bad, I guess. It is sad when the wife dies, but it's not like
You'll need your suits and
this
clothes to
crippling
take
thing
you
like it
thanks.
should be.
What now?
Just follow the doctor here. He'll show you where to go.
All right, you three. Follow me.
See? This is our new home.
Oh, you're gonna love it here. This is one of our most advanced facilities. Not that the others aren't great, mind you. It's gone. Our home. Everything we had.
My mother and father down in D.C.
How long do you think we'll be down here?
I know this.
Oh, we'll be going over all that in orientation. Just a few medical items we have to get through first.
It was designed to be fashionable as well as comfortable.
Prepared for the future, right?
Just step in here and put your vault suit on.
It'll be okay. Daddy's right here. See? Honey, could you help me?
Who's my little guy? I'm not going far. I'll just be over there.
There he is. See? Daddy's not going far.
Not the most lifelike
All set?
baby I've ever seen.
Just step inside and put on your vault suit.
Hon?
I think he's better. You go ahead.
The pod will be decontaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper in the vault. Just relax.
Yeah.
Time for a whole new life.
One thing I do like about this is this whole cryogenic thing. I've really been into that sort of deal ever since playing the Halo series. You know, Master Chief is cryogenic compressor and everything. And I'm actually going to go with a little bit of role-playing stuff from the cryo. I'm going to explain that as we leave the vault.
Annual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
This is the one. Here.
Open it. Almost. Everything's gonna be fine.
I got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you shot.
Get out of here. Let's go. At least we still have the backup.
So you don't really feel a loss from losing Nora as a character, but you can kind of project onto her loss what it would be like if you saw some, you know, dick just come in and shoot, you know, the person that you care about most in the world, and there's nothing you can do, you know. I mean, I've never been a father, but, you know, you can still, with some empathy, understand why that would be a strong narrative hook.
Come on, come on, come on! Oh, God! I'll find who did this, and I'll get Sean back. I promise.
This would be real. I think this intro would be a lot stronger in everyone's mind if we hadn't already done Fallout 3, because Fallout 3 is a little too. Fallout 4 is, there's a lot of stuff that's very similar to Fallout 3, and I think that's why this isn't one of the reasons why this isn't as well remembered. Because I mean, if you think about it, that was pretty strong. I thought it was good the first time, but it didn't have that longevity like Fallout 3 does. Every time I play the beginning to Fallout 3, I'm just like pumped to experience that beginning, and that's not really the case with Fallout 4. I am going to do a lot of looting. I'm going to do a lot of reading. There's really no need for me to read that security terminal. I know it really well. Basically what's going on is the Overseer had only planned on being locked in this vault.
Giant roaches?
Had only been planning on being locked in this vault for like 180 days or something like that. Or that's all that he had planned for. And he never got the all clear message from Vault-Tec after that. Which is obvious because the Vault-Tec is, I mean, I guess Braun is still around, but I don't know if Braun was, you know, super interested in individual vaults except for his own, especially not this one. And so of course they just don't get a all clear message, and everybody's getting stir crazy, and the Overseer's like too scared to open the gate, and basically they all just kind of turn on each other, and that's kind of how that goes.
What happened here?
And
Where is
this,
everyone?
This goes into more on that. What does it say about the cryolator? Yeah, see, he's waiting for the all clear signal there even. I've never actually come back and gotten the cryolator. I've heard it's really not that great. Let me know in the comment section below if you've ever experimented with that weapon, and if I think I might get into lockpicking eventually, but it's not going to be a priority, especially in survival mode, where really, especially in the beginning, every perk counts. Oh, speaking of, I need to actually set it to survival mode. Okay. Did I do it? Yeah, okay. No, I don't need to see that. Oh. Oh, not very easy. Jesus. Okay. So no more saving.
Gotta keep moving.
Okay. Alright. Nope. Way up. Oh my gosh, these damn roaches are the pushovers. Yeah. Cool. It's a little thing, but one thing I really love about this gun, this game, and this gun, is just that reloading. I love reloading guns in games. It's like a really small thing. I was talking to my friend Kiana, who is a big music fan like me, and kind of an audiophile, and she was asking people in this Facebook group that she created about what their favorite sounds outside of music, and for me it is like cocking a gun in a video game. That also kind of stems from the Halo series. Halo 4 in particular has just unbelievable sound design. Alright, here we go. I went for a blue aesthetic for the color and everything. It's not necessarily concrete, but we'll stick with the green and the blue. It's kind of a light blue. It's just kind of easy on the eyes. Alright. So let's see. I want to get that up here. Get that up there. I actually found out today for the first time that you can use explosives in vats in this game. I never knew that. And I'm still not exactly sure how it's going to work, but I have some idea. That's a big deal. Because using explosives in vats in Fallout 3, it's one of my favorite ways to do combat, and I've never known that you could even do that in this game. So, looking forward to checking that out. I'm gonna try to have a lot more of an influence on explosives this time. Sylas is gonna be very heavy on weaponry, guns, tech, his armor, that kind of thing. Again, kind of like Boba Fett, Jango Fett type character. So I'm gonna do that. Normally I'll use vats and stuff on those rad roaches, and the reason I didn't is because of what I'm gonna do here, which is just, totally role-playing, all made up in my mind, everything. But what I want to do is I am role-playing that the cryogenic freezing that he underwent actually is going to have bleached his hair. And it's also going to have bleached his eyes, because there's this eye color that I think is really cool. That's all, yeah. So that is going to set him apart from a physical perspective from everyone else around. And I think that's just kind of, I really like the all white, Geralt, Sephiroth type look. And that kind of, doing stuff like that to your eyes in games, like with Geralt in The Witcher and the Mako eyes in Final Fantasy VII, has always really appealed to me. So I really like that direction. Okay, and everything else ready to go.
Enjoy your return to the surface.
It's not going to matter that much. I think I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to hopefully stay in power armor for the most part, except for at the beginning of the game whenever you don't have any fusion cores. And I'll see if I can find like a helmet or something for whenever I'm not in the power armor. I'm gonna have to get back in the zone on remembering that this is survival mode and I can't screw around like I can in non-survival mode. Like I said, I've been playing a little bit of Fallout 3 and I'm never really in danger of dying in that game, to be honest. It's just so I got it down so well. Of course, I'll have low carry weight at first. That's part of the reason why I buffed up my strength. It's pretty much the main reason, actually. I really want to get in on strong back. That's going to be really helpful. This is the first two, though. I don't care about the rest of these. Again, the power armor will also help with that. And you can mod out your armor to increase your space. Put pockets on them and stuff. That'll be helpful. It's cool that the skeletons from the people that were there are still there from before the war. I want to do a lot more exploration stuff in this playthrough. It's basically impossible, but what I want to do is kind of play the game like I haven't played it before. I've only beaten Fallout 4, I guess I've beaten it like 4 times, so that's, that's quite a bit. But I never have done the railroad ending, so I think I'm going to go for that. And, but I want to do a lot of exploration, and survival mode kind of lends itself toward that because you don't really want to make a beeline for anywhere. You want to really establish yourself. I'm not going to probably do too much base building because I don't really think it's that fun, and I don't find it super rewarding, but I might do a little bit. We'll see how I'm feeling.
I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
I love it's in the game, though, for the record.
My God, they did it. Those bastards really did it. Everything's dead.
Everything's dead? Ah, yes, the gun. The posies have been problematic, I admit. Ah, if only the missus were here to help. Where is she, by the by?
They came into the vault. Maybe you saw them, armed, wearing strange outfits.
Only Miss Rose's boy running around in his Halloween costume. More than a week early. I swear, the nerve of that woman leaving her brat unsupervised. Ha ha, not like this family, sir. You and the missus have always been such a responsible couple. Oh, where is she, by the by?
They killed her.
Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Sean's been kidnapped. But I'm going to find him. I'm going to get my son back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
200 years? What? Are you?
A bit over 210, actually, sir. Or give or take a little, for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack? You must be famished.
Codsworth, you're acting a little bit weird. What's wrong?
Probably the only time you're gonna hear that.
Oh, sir, it's just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing. And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car! How do you polish rust?
Whoa. Focus, Codsworth.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, sir. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe the missus was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
Well, it's something.
Let it serve as a reminder, sir, of happier days. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? The missus and young Sean may turn up yet.
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, sir.
I really think I did a good job aesthetically with Sylas.
This should be fun.
Alright.
I dare say
Where does the needle on that?
that about takes care of that. Wait. My senses are picking up movement in another house. Follow me.
Are no joke on survival mode. See how much damage I did?
Sir, your family isn't here either. They're really gone, aren't they?
Sean's out there, Codsworth. I need to find him.
What about Concord, sir? Plenty of people there. And last I checked, they only pummeled me with sticks a few times before I had to run back home.
There's still people alive in Concord?
Yes, although they're a bit rough. You remember the way? Just across the southern footbridge, out of the neighborhood and past the Red Rocket Station? I shall remain here and secure the home front.
Alright. don't think I'm going to do that quest today, but I will do a little bit more exploration before I hang it up.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Ammo has weight. It's going to take me a little while to get back into the swing of things. That's close. So what's my... I need to sleep. Okay. I have to make a bed myself. And I have to go to the workbench. I probably haven't really done much exploring in these houses before. This one looks particularly barren. Yeah, that's nice. So I don't know if I'm gonna be sticking with the 10mm. I'm definitely gonna try out the I don't really want that, the Minuteman gun.
Got it.
But this, the pipe pistols and stuff are just useless. It's funny, I always put a bed in, you know, his old bedroom. So I think you need to sleep for 8 hours. Or 6 or 7 or something like that for, to get the full benefits. Oh, what's this? Feel a little thirsty, are we? Let's go ahead and get this extra. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in endurance. I can't put it in endurance. Huh. That's interesting. Well, I didn't really think about anything else. I could put it in intelligence. Trying to think about the perk tree off the top of my head. I don't know why it won't let me put it in endurance. My endurance is not 10. It's only an 8. So strength, the next one will be steady aim. That's useless. I pretty much don't need any more strength. Perception, the next one would be night person. That's also useless. I could get the sniper perk. What does this do? You have improved control. You can hold your breath longer. They have a chance of knocking down your target at level rank 2. And they gain plus 25% accuracy with headshots in rank 3. I mean, that's pretty good. But I can snipe without VATS assistance. I don't know if I really need that. Can't do endurance for some reason. Charisma would be Black Widow, and that would be Lady Killer. That would be okay. Intelligence would be Chemist. That would not be particularly useful, but I might want to get up to Nuclear Physicist eventually. So that's a possibility. I could get just a little extra agility. That would be good. Or I could go ahead and do luck. I think I'm going to go ahead and get intelligence. Now. not 10. That's weird. I did go ahead and think a little bit about what perks I want. Right now I'm using this pistol, so I might as well go ahead and get Gunslinger, but I do plan on getting both Gunslinger and Rifleman over the course of the game. In fact, pretty early on. And for some people that might be kind of a waste. And I can understand that perspective, but I really love both, and I want to experiment with both. So I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot with, what does that even do? Lighter weight. Reduce damage? Fuck that. Why would anyone want that? So I'd be able to get this thing to be a hardened receiver. Just a little bit of steel. That's awesome. And that's also very easy to get. One thing you're going to have to... Okay, yeah, I can make a bed. One thing you're going to have to be patient with is I'm going to do a lot of crafting and stuff. And, you know, I'm going to take... I'll probably kind of take notes off camera. And that'll help speed things along. But it is going to be a significant part of this whole thing. So what does this do? Might as well go ahead and barrel. So it's nice that I'm already able to do... I mean, 26 damage out of the gate with the pistol's not terrible. I think it would be fun to kind of name my weapons, so feel free to give me some feedback on some weapon names, and if not, then I'll probably just name it myself. Reflex sight is very important. Love that thing. Fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do any of that crap. I don't plan on doing too much with melee. I think the melee combat in this game is actually really good, but it's not quite as fun as the ranged combat. A lot of people didn't. Well, I don't know about a lot, but I've heard people complain about the combat system in this game, particularly literally that it is too good, and I think that's absolutely ridiculous because, you know, I guess the argument is that it's more of a first-person shooter than an RPG. Personally, I think it does the best of both. I don't see why... Oh, that's really valuable. I don't see why you have to have shitty combat to be considered an RPG. That doesn't make any sense to me. I love that Bethesda took the initiative to really make this game feel good in the combat, even without VATS. I think that is the biggest problem with Fallout 3, which is a game that I absolutely love. I would give it... I have over on my website, thesoundtrackonline.com, kind of my Hall of Fame for games. And again, if I end up doing a podcast, I can kind of go into that a little bit more. But Fallout 3 for me is, while it's not a perfect game, I would give it a 10 out of 10. It's and that's on a scale that goes by 0.75. I think that game is just a masterpiece. It's particularly the way the game is presented, the way it makes you feel, the world itself, the world building in that game is phenomenal. The quests are out of this world. It's just, on the whole, absolutely one of the greatest games, one of the greatest achievements I've ever played. And although I don't think Fallout 4 is quite on that level, it's not that far off for me. And a lot of that, it has to do with the combat. The combat is just so much better in this game. And I just think it is such an important aspect of the game, really. Unless you're just not going to have combat. And on the whole, that's not very many games. So I got a little... got a little hat here. That's actually... that hat's not for show. That's +2 endurance. That is no joke. The stage of the game. I think this, I'll go ahead and hack this. I think this terminal is just kind of talking about, it's just this guy that was a drug dealer, but kind of a reputable drug dealer, and kind of the people that he dealt to. It's not particularly interesting. Too well. We're getting some decent mileage out of this. Oh, could be spot. Could be real. Let's go ahead and take that loss. Not getting much mileage out of this one. Okay, but meal has 2. That's cool. We might be able to turn this into a win. Fell. Fell is a possibility. We're going to check into.
Nice.
Great. So yeah, it's just the people that he dealt with. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, just a drug dealer. So Turns out you live next to a drug dealer. See, there you go. You found out more about these people after they're dead than you did while they were alive. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but you definitely, and this is something that TreeTrunkSean actually pointed out to me while he was watching me do some survival gameplay one time, but you definitely get more experience, or maybe it's just that you might not get more experience in survival mode, but it takes less experience to level up. You're going to level up faster as you play survival mode. And I think that's a nice trade-off. This isn't like the greatest, the most visually appealing game ever or anything, but the rain effects, just like making your armor wet and everything as it rains, I really appreciated that. So I don't really want to waste this, but I really want to test out this whole VATS thing with. Let's see. So, the Vault 101 jumpsuit does not give you any damage resistance whatsoever. You might as well be naked. It does give you a little bit of energy resistance, but that's not particularly useful. So I'm going to go to the Joker outfit for now. I don't anticipate that I'm going to be sticking with this, but for now. Oh, I think the tire iron might be a little bit better than that baton, Again, I don't really anticipate using any melee, especially since it'd be pretty risky in survival mode. Look, even that bag's wet. I think that's a nice touch. So, I'll take this rifle for now. I might be able to turn that into a pretty okay weapon for the stage of the game. I said earlier that the pipe weapons are useless, and that's true. Just like the base pipe weapons are, but some of these other pipe weapons can end up being okay, especially the pipe bolt action.
Hey, boy. What are you doing out here all by yourself? Sort of a flea bag, aren't you? Okay, then. Let's stick together.
I don't anticipate that I'm going to be spending a whole lot of time with Dogmeat, because I really want to explore as many companions as I can during this playthrough. But I do really like Dogmeat. I think technically Dogmeat might actually be the best companion, because you can use the Lone Wanderer perk with him, which, if you aren't familiar, is like the best perk in the game. Oh, nice. Step back. It's the best perk in the game in terms of giving you a lot of damage resistance, giving you a lot of carry weight. It's honestly perfect for survival mode, but I like the companions in this game so much, and there's companions that I've never fully fleshed out, like that I think are awesome, like Hancock and Deacon. I really want to explore those avenues. So we're going to greet it here. Pretty badass already. Even this Morat fight is kind of nerve-wracking in survival. Nice. I was saying that to myself. It's cool that the holes that dug up stay there. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if you can eventually upgrade your Pip Boy or something in survival mode. There's no point in really upgrading that. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna do a lot of crafting and stuff, but there's no need to waste time on stuff that I'm not actually gonna use. Yeah, I forgot I needed to get some water. I should have drank some back at Sanctuary. But I didn't. I think coal is gonna be too. Go ahead and set up the bed. Like I said earlier, I don't think that doing all the settlement building is particularly rewarding in this game, but I do really like the utility of it in certain instances. I think it's really cool that they put it in the game. And for some people, like there's this guy, can't remember what his name is. Had kind of a weird name on YouTube, but man, it's like on the tip of my tongue, but not sure. But he made some unbelievable creations without mods in the whole settlement building thing. So I think it's really cool that creative people like him can do that. They have an outlet in this game, kind of a Minecraft type thing, which I know is what they were going for. But truth is, I've never actually played even a second of Minecraft, so that's not really a connection for me either. It's probably really crazy for people to think that I've never played Minecraft, but it's God's honest truth. So I'd really like to make this... Oh, this is the barrel, okay. Let's go for a long barrel. Yeah, because I don't care about head fire. Generally, I mean, it's not necessarily always the right way to go, but generally I think the longer the weapon, the cooler. So that's kind of the direction that I do tend to go. And I like having really good sighted accuracy. I think it's really good regardless. I'm not sure it really does that much. Awesome, so I can go ahead and put it in a pistol form. It's going to do a little more damage for me right now. In that format. Generally, if you're going to do like what I'm doing with the kind of using both pistols and rifles, it ends up benefiting you to put them into yeah, I guess so. That's fine. But anyway, it ends up benefiting you to actually go ahead and make them pistols, because you get those perks faster than you do the rifleman perks, the rank ups, the level ups. By the way, that I think that was an awesome addition to the game. That you know, there's not, well, there's, I mean, 70 perks is nothing to sneeze at. That's a lot on its own. But the fact that almost all of them rank up, I think that's a great system. One of the best level up systems. But this has always had excellent systems under the hood of all their games, particularly with how you develop your character and level up and all that. I think Fallout 4 is one of the best, maybe the best mini game that they've ever done. And I know hardcore Fallout fans will probably not appreciate that statement, because you know, technically Bethesda took out something that was in the original Fallout games, which was the stats that were also in Fallout 3 in New Vegas, and they were 2 blue Fallout originals from the original game. Which I think Bethesda even improved that when they had it in Fallout 3, which Obsidian followed in New Vegas. Whoa, that thing. Okay, it's just a hatchet. So I really don't want to get hit by these. Things running away. They have okay. I guess I'm just gonna let it go. I would have liked that XP. It would have leveled me up, I think. That's okay, I'll level up these mole rats in here. I really should go ahead and stop, it's pretty late, but I'm gonna go ahead and just do this little cave. Oh, a little oil. Go ahead and get riflemen, but there's no need because I'm not using any rifles right now. So maybe I'll go ahead and get, demolition expert. It's a possibility. 25% more damage. It's not bad. That soon, but I think right now I'm actually kind of more drawn toward gun knife. Go ahead and look into that. I'll look into oh shit, someone behind me? You guys aren't messing around. I'm not sure how much damage those things would be doing to me, but I'm not too keen on finding out. I mean, I got 145 HP. That's not the max that you can have on this level, but it's pretty close. Steel there. So I'll take it. Yeah, fusion core. I forgot that was even down here. It's like a great reason to come down here. It took me a while before I figured out that this little cave is down here. It's hinted at in the terminal up on the main area. So Bethesda says that you're supposed to be doing more damage while everything's doing more damage to you in survival mode. You're supposed to be doing more damage to them as well.
Yes.
I'm not sure I actually believe them. What was that? Cutting something? Cutting fluid. Okay, hold on. Because it seems like you don't do any more damage than you would normally in regular survival mode to me. I mean, regular mode to me. But they sure do more damage to you. That is for sure. Alright, so I've got all my little mark that. Still looking for anything else. I need to mark down I'm looking for Luna, but I can't right now. But like, for instance, it took me 2 shots to take down that mole rat there. I'm pretty sure it would have just taken 2 shots normally. I mean, I can't believe that it would have taken 4 shots. You know? would it have taken 2 shots to take down the normal mole rats in regular difficulty? Maybe? I'm not sure. There's that blood bug. Let's get my XP. That was robbed from. House. Go ahead. Oh, take me to this house. Andrew Reiner, that guy I was telling you about earlier that works at Game Informer, kind of my idol in a way. I'd love to work at Game Informer someday, and you know, write about games the way he does. And just he has this infectious passion and joy for playing video games. Did you leave me over here for nothing? I really love that about reading his work and listening to his work, and we're into a lot of the same things. And but anyway, he has actually met the dog that Dog Meat was based off of, and that kind of did like the mocap and stuff for Dog Meat. And I think that's super cool. That dog won like awards and stuff. Wow, a nuclear quantum, that could be very useful. I remember kind of using this house as a little bit of a base of operations. I think it's got a bed up here you can use. Yeah, that's nice. Whenever you're fighting the Deathclaw later, it can't get in here. And I remember using that to my advantage the first time playing survival mode. That Deathclaw is scary business. That much is without a doubt. So I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and save up at that bed. It's kind of stupid of me not to do that. And then I'm gonna try to have kind of a dramatic finish for this episode. See if I can take down the raiders on the outside of the Conquered building, and then call it a night. Minus 2 intelligence, minus 1 perception. That's not so bad. You get thirsty real easy in survival mode, but you will find that of all the drink that water. Of all maybe not would be a good idea, but of all the effects that can hamper you, it's definitely not. It's definitely the least pervasive. See, it took me 2 shots to kill that raider. You're telling me it would have taken 3 or 4 shots on regular difficulty? I don't think so. I think it would have taken 2. Alright, so here's where we get into kind of extra damage resistance and stuff. What these do now? Interesting. The layered armor system, which I really love. Oh, I got a little gas mask. I'll check that out. Four shots to take down that raider. And several misses. Okay, jeez, chill out, dude. What the hell are you doing? Okay, I don't know why he was doing that. Okay, I went rogue there.
Hey, up here, on the balcony. I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Grab that laser musket and help us, please.
That's the face of a man you want to help you. Alright, leveled up again. armor? I'd say so. Seem to be doing okay. I haven't been hit or anything since the blowfly at the beginning of the game. I got a double barrel shotgun. And now I need to start keeping track of the stuff I got. So I got a left leg, I've got a chest piece. That's it. So now I got a right leg. The legs are taken care of. Now we find out what's better, leather left leg or raider left leg. I'm gonna take leather because I have a feeling that it might be leather, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it might actually be raider on the arms, but a lot of that's gonna depend on, you know, kind of how good you can upgrade this stuff. And I've already got the, oh good god, I was almost stuck on that thing. Oh cool, nice find there, dude. A little more steel action. I'll do it on that. But we'll check in to see how I can upgrade this stuff. So I already got 7 damage resistance. If I added up everything else, it'd be 3, 5, 7. So technically, it would be better to go ahead and move into the layered stuff. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that. So right now, leather, just way to go. So how's that make me look? Nice, he looks like a freaking savage. The whole picking, you know, getting the armor from your fallen enemies is real appealing to me in this game. Kind of like you're taking pieces of the people that you defeated and bolstering yourself. Alright, go ahead and put, cool. Okay. So laser musket's no joke. It gives you some nice ammo for it too. So I'm gonna go ahead and start looking at science pretty soon, probably. I'll do a bit off camera. Work on that. Oh good, I already did mark aluminum. So I'm well on my way to actually having some pretty decent weapons already. And could be some pretty decent armor as well once I get really going on that whole deal. So it wasn't really the dramatic finish that I had planned on, but I did in fact defeat the raiders in this area, and I go ahead and get back to my settlement, get some sleep in real life, and hopefully get back to it pretty soon. It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna end up being like a everyday thing or anything by any means. These playthroughs of Fallout 4, but I do want to at least make it a weekly thing, so that I stick with it, and over time we'll have like a nice backlog of content for people to binge if they want to, and you know, just cool content for me. Yeah, the purpose of this stream isn't to, you know, like get a bunch of hits or, you know, like get YouTube famous or anything. Pretty much accepted that is just not in the cards for me. I just, you know, I'm just basically doing my own personal playthrough of one of my favorite games ever made, and streaming it so that, and people, if anyone's interested, they can check it out. I know a lot about this game. I know a lot about games in general, and we can have some fun discussions, and I can maybe show you a thing or two about the game that you might not have known, and it'll be a fun time overall. So I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully I'll stick with it a little bit better this time. The weekly schedule should help with that, and I'm feeling really good about it. So thanks for joining me on this the first episode, and I'll catch up with everyone coming up soon. Thanks. Goodbye.